What happens when one of the loudest, most unpredictable streamers on the internet steps into one of Africa's most historic nations? Millions watched it live. Social media exploded. Liberia trended in conversations far beyond Africa. This is the full story of IShowSpeed officially in Liberia, what led to the visit, what actually happened on the ground, and why this moment mattered more than people realize. IShowSpeed, known globally for his high-energy live streams and unfiltered reactions, isn't just a YouTuber anymore. He represents a new era of media where a single creator can bring more global attention than traditional television. Networks. When Speed travels, he doesn't just visit places. He broadcasts them live to the world, unedited, raw, and real. That's why his arrival in Liberia wasn't just entertainment. It was exposure. Liberia is a nation rich in history, resilience, and culture, but often overlooked in global media narratives. The official visit created an opportunity to showcase Liberian youth energy, highlight sports, music, and street present culture. Liberia beyond stereotypes. Connect the country to a younger, global audience. This wasn't a polished tourism advert. It was real Liberia, streamed live. From the moment IShowSpeed appeared in public, the reaction was immediate. Crowds gathered. Phones went up. Chants filled the air. Liberian fans didn't just watch Speed online, they welcomed him like family. The atmosphere was loud, emotional, and intense. It showed how deeply global internet culture has reached. One of the highlights of the visit centered around football, a language Liberia speaks fluently. Speed's interaction with local players wasn't about professional skill. It was about connection. Football became a bridge between global fame and local talent, between live stream culture and real-world passion, between entertainment and national pride. And for many young Liberians, this wasn't just a game, it was visibility. One of the most powerful moments came unexpectedly. Speed encountered elders who spoke to him about shared names, ancestry, and heritage. Whether symbolic or literal, the moment touched something deeper. In that instant, the live stream stopped being about views. It became about identity. It reminded viewers worldwide that Africa isn't just a place, it's a source. Online reactions were divided. Some viewers saw chaos, overcrowding, intense fan behavior, unfiltered moments. Others saw culture, passion, hospitality, excitement, a nation proud to be seen. But one thing was undeniable. Liberia was being talked about. And in the age of attention, that matters. This visit proved something powerful. You don't need a billion-dollar campaign to go global anymore. One creator, one live stream, and authentic experience. Liberia reached global youth audiences, diaspora communities, sports fans, internet culture spaces. This moment opened doors for digital tourism, youth-driven branding, creator partnerships across Africa. Years from now, people won't remember every detail of the stream, but they'll remember Liberia appearing live on global screens, youth energy filling the streets, a nation welcoming the internet in real time. This wasn't perfect, it wasn't controlled, and that's why it worked. IShowSpeed's official visit to Liberia was more than content. It was culture meeting technology. It was Africa telling its story live. If moments like this continue, the future of African representation online will no longer be filtered by outsiders. It will be streamed by the people themselves. What do you think? Was this a win for Liberia? Should more African countries embrace creator-led exposure? Like, subscribe and share this story because the internet is changing. And Africa is part of the front page now. One of the most overlooked aspects of IShowSpeed's Liberia visit is what it revealed about African youth. This generation doesn't wait for permission. They don't wait for traditional media coverage. They show up where the internet is. The excitement around Speed wasn't just fandom, it was recognition. Young Liberians saw someone who represents internet success, global relevance, and freedom of expression. In that moment, many youths weren't thinking about entertainment. They were thinking, we are visible. The world is watching us. The reason the Liberia stream stood out globally is simple. It wasn't polished, no scripts, no media coaching, no heavy editing. Just raw streets, real people, and live reactions. In a world saturated with staged content, authenticity cuts through noise. That raw energy is what made Liberia unforgettable on the live stream. Sometimes imperfection is the strongest branding. Across the diaspora, reactions poured in. Some felt proud seeing Liberia trend globally. Others felt conflicted, questioning how the country was portrayed. But debate itself is proof of impact. For many Liberians abroad, the stream reopened conversations about identity, representation, progress, perception versus reality. And those conversations matter. Traditionally, ambassadors wore suits. Today, they carry cameras. Creators like IShowSpeed now influence tourism, youth culture, national image, global curiosity. One live stream can do what years of marketing sometimes can't. Spark interest. This visit showed African governments and creatives something important. The future of storytelling is creator-led. While the visit was impactful, it also highlighted lessons, better crowd control, structured engagement zones, creator safety planning, local content collaboration. These improvements don't reduce authenticity. They protect it. Future visits can be even bigger, safer, and more impactful. This wasn't just about Liberia. It was about Africa's place in digital culture. For too long, Africa has been spoken about instead of listened to. Live streams flip that narrative. They allow the world to see Africa in real time, no filters. Liberia didn't ask to be edited. It showed up as itself. The creator economy is expanding fast, and Africa is next in line. This moment opens doors for African streamers, local vloggers, the sports creators, cultural storytellers. The message is clear. You don't need permission to tell your story anymore. You just need a signal and a voice. When history looks back, this won't be remembered as just a stream. It will be remembered as a cultural crossover, a digital milestone, a moment of visibility. Liberia didn't just host a streamer. It hosted the future of media. If this story changed how you see Liberia even slightly, then it mattered. If it made you curious, emotional, or reflective, then it worked. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Share this video. And stay tuned because Africa's story is just getting started. Away from the cameras and trending hashtags, the streets told their own story. Vendors paused their work. Motorbikes slowed down. Children ran just to catch a glimpse. For many people, this was the first time. They had seen someone they recognized from the internet in real life. It blurred the line between screens and reality, proving that digital influence now walks among everyday people. To outsiders, the energy looked overwhelming. But within the context of Liberia and much of Africa, excitement is expressive. Joy is loud. Celebration is physical. The crowd wasn't trying to disrupt. They were trying to connect. This is what happens when a global figure enters a space where opportunity and visibility are deeply valued. Beyond visuals, the soundscape mattered. Chants echoed. Local slang flew through the air. Laughter mixed with shouting. This wasn't background noise. It was culture speaking. Every sound carried emotion, pride, excitement, curiosity, creating a living soundtrack for the live stream. For aspiring Liberian creators watching up close, this visit delivered powerful lessons. The world is reachable. Your location's not a limitation. Authenticity beats perfection. The internet rewards personality. Some youths didn't see Speed as a celebrity. They saw him as proof that global relevance can come from anywhere. Live streaming isn't easy, especially in environments you can't control. No retakes, no edits, no pause button. Every reaction, every movement, every crowd surge happens in real time. This visit showed the mental and physical demands of live content creation, something audiences often underestimate. One of the most beautiful contrasts was the meeting of modern internet slang, traditional respect, elders and youth, old stories and new platforms. It was a reminder that African tradition doesn't disappear online. It adapts. And when tradition meets technology, something powerful is born. Visibility brings opportunity, but also scrutiny. With millions watching, every moment is judged. Every reaction is analyzed. Every flaw is magnified. This moment forced an important question. How do countries embrace global attention without losing control of their narrative? There's no perfect answer, only learning. Traditional media often selects what to show. Live streams show everything. That's their power and their risk. Liberia's appearance online wasn't filtered through headlines or voiceovers. It was experienced. And for many viewers, that honesty mattered more than perfection. After the visit, searches about Liberia increased. Conversations expanded. Curiosity grew. People who had never thought about Liberia before were suddenly asking questions. That ripple effect is how perception changes, slowly, organically, authentically. This story doesn't belong to a streamer alone. It belongs to the youths who showed up, the fans who welcomed him, the voices that filled the streets. They turned a visit into a movement. They made the moment unforgettable. The internet didn't just visit Liberia. It listened, it watched, it learned, and in that exchange something shifted. Africa isn't waiting to be discovered anymore. It's showing itself live. If you watch this far, you're part of the story. Share this video. Leave your perspective. Join the conversation, because moments like this don't happen often, and when they do, they deserve to be remembered.